Hi, good afternoon, very warm welcome, Gene from Afstar. I thought it would be a good time to get out some of the other bits of equipment that we've got here at the observatory and just take some readings. So I'm going to start with atmospheric CO2. We got a 432 parts per million count today, and I've got to say that it seems to have levelled off, if not dropped a little bit. If you go back in the archive of the Earth alpha glances that we've done over the last 5 years now, you'll see that you can take the figures out of any one of those individual things that we click readings on, and you can do your own charts in Excel, and you'll see what I'm saying. You will be able to do a spreadsheet which will show the levelling out, if not a slight reduction in the amount of CO2 in our atmosphere. Oxygen is always been around 20-21%. So we've got no worries of running out of good breathable oxygen in our atmosphere. The magnetic North Pole positions, as you guys know, are over on our Patreon. So if you're interested in the latest position, we do that once a month on Patreon for the patrons. Background radiation, as you would expect, standard. Now, volcanoes in eruption. If you go back into the archive on this page on Pole Shift News, have a look, because we are 25% above average, and I think that that's a considerable amount, and this has been creeping up over the last 12 months to 18 months. So, as we would expect at this point in time, to be a lot more volcanic activity, as the inner core is probably gearing up now for that pole shift at some point in the near future. We would expect to see more earthquakes in higher magnitudes and frequency, but also more volcanoes in eruption. And I can say, at least for the volcanoes in eruption, because we've kept a track on them a little bit more closer than what we do on the earthquakes, we can say that there has been a 25% uptick in the amount of volcanoes that are actively in eruption, not showing signs of eruption, because we could be talking about hundreds there. Largest earthquake in the last 24 hours is a 5.1 south-southwest of Turkey. Muons per square metre in the UK are at 623. Unfortunately, there's no muon data from our very good friend Kendall in Canada this week. He did plug it in, and he got 44,000 muons per square metre per hour, and I think we can both agree that something went wrong there. Probably a minor malfunction, but he's reset it, and we should get some within the next coming weeks, I would imagine. Kendall's pretty good with his data on the magnetometer and also the muons. Sunspot numbers slightly higher, we're at 10, and the geomagnetic field has a minor storm G1 level, and solar X-rays are low, and of course the jet streams are unsettled, as we would expect. More cosmic rays in the upper atmosphere, especially in the vicinity of the jet streams, making them more sluggish in their movability, and therefore we're getting fragmentation in the polar and tropical, both over the northern southern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. So it's to be expected. So unsettled jet stream conditions, and that's the magnetic, sorry, not the magnetic, that is the Earth alpha at a glance. With the other things that we look at here at the observatory, I think, guys, it's quite nice that somebody like me takes the time out with the equipment, so that you don't have to buy this equipment, and does these readings for you. And you can occasionally show a little bit back by using the links down in the description. You could chuck in a few bucks of whatever you choose. It's entirely up to you, and of course it's not mandatory, but there are costs associated with keeping the updated website that we've got going for you guys, and all the data that goes up onto it. So if you would like to just chip in a few bucks to help do what we do and keep it going for you guys, then I'm happy to do it, as long as we get a few people support us. both on the PayPal and over on Patreon. And with that, I don't have to say another word, do I, guys, other than the links are down in the description. You take care of your loved ones. As always, bye for now.